Look, if you think these shops care anything more about you and your vehicle than the guy flipping your burger at Burger King cares about you and your hamburger, they don't.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the airing of Grievances. I'm Eric Reamer. That's Robert Grieve, and we are ever so thankful that you are here. And let's just talk about the elephant in the room. Well, it's not the elephant. It's the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
We've changed settings.
Hopefully just for today.
Hopefully just for today. We are we're here at Rob's home, and we wish you and yours a very, very Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday Season.
Amen, brother.
All right, if this is your first time ever being here, do us a favor if you would, please. Go ahead and click the thumbs up button. That tells YouTube that this is content that you want to see, and it shares it all around the YouTube sphere. If you don't mind, we'd love it if you copied and pasted the actual link to this and sent that out to your sphere of influence. We appreciate you sharing this content as well.
Truly.
And greetings to all those of you who have joined us recently. It's so nice to have you on board, and some of you have taken the time to write us.
The messages have been wonderful.
We love that, absolutely.
Thank you. Appreciate the support, really.
And if you are one of our old-time family, of course you know, we can't do this without you. We're so grateful for you. And today we have a great episode for you. But before we get onto that, Rob, happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday to you, my dear friends. Happy Saturday to you. Before we get started today, I have a very close friend that works at Gold Coast Auto Body in the Chicago area.
Okay.
And he is full of passion. And he decided to share his passion with me, which is what he got me one of these nice shirts. And,
wow.
You know, there are some passionate people in this industry, and
Yes, there are.
Go find them. Drew is absolutely one of them.
Nice.
And I was just blown away. Thank you so much.
I love that. All right. Well, thank you, Drew.
Yep.
And
Your mom.
All right. So, Rob, today we're going to kind of keep on the series of the ramifications of technology and what that means when you take your car to a collision center or a body shop and they either include or don't include the
Necessary items.
Right. So where are we going today?
Well, we're going to give our consumers another tool for their toolbox.
Love that.
But before we do, we recently had a guest come in. Insurance company was not very cooperative, and they made it so hard for her to do business with us that they said, this is all we're paying and that's it. She didn't have, it was a significant amount more.
Difference, yeah.
And took it to one of their preferred, approved, select service shops.
Select service.
Heard that before.
Yeah.
Anyway, it wasn't a big job. Needed a rear bumper cover. That's what we wrote it for. Plus some one-time use parts and so on and so forth. But also, because it was a rear bumper, the blind spot detection cross-track system needed to be recalibrated.
Sure.
Because you were unplugging electrical stuff, battery needed to be disconnected, and initializations needed to take place.
Yep.
And none of that was done. So she brought it back to have us take a peek at it, and they did an industry standard job. If that job was attempted to be delivered from my place, there'd be bodies flying out the door.
That's a metaphor.
Yeah.
Just for the YouTube police. Okay, so you use the phrase though, industry standard.
Yeah, they just, look, if you think these shops care anything more about you and your vehicle than the guy flipping your burger at Burger King cares about you and your hamburger. They don't.
They don't.
It's about repetitive motion and just getting it through the system and off their plate.
And pleasing their insurance masters.
Yeah.
And we actually made a video about the two words I just mentioned, industry standard. I'll put a link to it right up here. And I think that you should take a look at it and see what you think about those two words, who's using those words, and in what context. But okay, so
we gave her a list of the stuff right off of our estimate
yeah,
that wasn't done, the one-time use parts that are clearly outlined in the estimating system that we both use, and if you were to look up any of the procedures, there it is. It's one-time use parts. They're going to fail because you used them a second time. They're not designed to be used a second time.
right.
And all the necessary calibrations. Gave her a laundry list, sent her on her way back to the insurance company and the shop. But if she had this tool that I'm going to show you, she might have known just by the repair order, and I keep telling everybody over and over, if you bring your car to a shop, get a copy of the repair order, what they're going to do.
Yeah.
If there's any updates to it throughout the process, you want copied immediately, so you can see what's going on in the vehicle and what's being done, what's not being done.
Right.
You need to be an active participant in this.
100%.
Because it is your vehicle, and they are not looking out for you in most circumstances. So, iCar has this handy-dandy little site, and I recently came across it and said, you know what? This car just got dropped off. Let me see what it is. And it was a 1922 Honda HR-V crossover.
Okay.
Very, very affordable,
Popular.
vehicle.
Yeah.
And so when you type that into here, it tells you the potential systems that it has on it. And this is not an expensive car
Right.
in the world of like Lexuses and
Sure.
everything else. This is a very affordable car. There's a lot of them on the road. Here's some of the systems that this came up with. Adaptive cruise control, collision warning, collision braking, side view lane watch, lane departure warning, lane keep assist, lane keep assist 2, road departure mitigation, rear view camera, high beam, auto high beam support system, and then under each thing it tells you a little bit about and gives you links to each one of these systems. And further you go down, it gives you some more information if it's going to give you a trouble code. And if you get a DTC, a trouble code, diagnostic trouble code, that may or may not turn a light on your dash. That may be just stored in the computer, and that's the reason we go into pre- and post-scanning vehicles, because some of these DTCs that are set, you're only going to find them one way.
Yeah, they don't show up as, you said may not show up on the dash as an idiot light is what I used to call them. But if it's plugged in and operating, but facing the wrong direction, there's the issue, right?
Yeah,
It might not be performing as it's intended.
Some of these sensors you can install upside down. The sensor doesn't know it's upside down. So there's lots of things.
Yeah.
But it also tells you, like in the camera in the deck lid, okay? Yes, it will set a DTC. That doesn't mean it's going to illuminate a light on your dash. That means it's in the history. But it says there's a scan tool required and special tools required to operate this system and to make sure it's working as designed. So there's lots of information here that talks about your car and what it has in here. So that was a Honda. You know, another popular car, and I'm going to look it up right here. If you scroll to the bottom, you can look up another car.
Okay.
So let's look up a Toyota, and we'll do a Camry, very popular vehicle,
Yep.
and let's go 21. And we'll just use the regular camera, not the hybrid.
Okay.
I know the hybrid's going to have more stuff on it. And what do we find here? Vehicle system options. 360 camera view, adaptive cruise control, collision warning, collision braking, blind spot detection, lane departure warning, lane keep assist, rear view camera again, which includes parking assist monitoring system, park assist 1, park assist 2, rear cross track adaptive lighting.
Wow.
And then again, it tells you there's special tools that are required. And the question is, does the shop have the special tools? If they don't have the special tools, how are they handling this? Are they sending it to the dealer? Or are they having some outside company come in?
Or are they just ignoring it?
Or yeah, if it's not on the estimate, they're ignoring it. So you can look up your vehicle in here, and like any other system today, it's a fairly new system. It is not complete. So it may have the information, it may not for your specific vehicle. The newer it is, the better the chance it's going to be in there.
What is iCar's background? What does iCar do?
Oh, iCar is probably the leading name recognized training facility for all the different positions in the shop. And they have curriculums and certifications for each role. Gotcha. Whether you're a blueprinter, or you're somebody scanning a vehicle, or you're somebody working on the body of the vehicle, or painting, or they have courses and certifications for all these things. You may go into a shop and see that they have a plaque on the wall that says they're iCar Gold.
Okay.
Which means they have a significant amount of people in the shop that have gone through the iCar curriculum.
Gotcha.
And so training is good. As a matter of fact, I just sent one of our guys to Chicago, actually, to their brand new training center for calibrations and understanding the how-tos and the whys and the whens and what to do and how to do it. And it was expensive. But you know what? You have to spend the money to keep up on these vehicles, take care of you, the consumer.
100%.
So I just wanted to add another tool in your toolbox that can help you identify some of the things that might be needed. I mean, if you're hitting the front, some of these things are going to affect the vehicle. If you're hitting the side, different ones will. If you're hitting the rear, different ones will. And if you click through these links, it'll tell you that you maybe look at your front camera and you say, well, I got hit in the rear, but the front camera is part of the system with the rear camera and the surround view. And so all these things need to be taken into consideration. It's a lot of work to try and figure out.
It is.
But if you don't see these things on the estimate and you have a newer car, think about it.
Point 1, read your estimate.
Always.
Point 2, and if you don't have one, request it. They'll give it to you.
Yes, they need to.
And then point 2, if you don't see all these pre-scans and post-scans for these different things in the ADAS system, by all means, ask them why they're not there. And if you're lacking any confidence or whatever, here's our phone number. You can go ahead and give us a call. We'll help you out if we're able to. We'll point you in the right direction to somebody who's close to you. And
we have lots of friends, like Drew.
Like Drew, absolutely. And I want to just take one more moment to say this before we close this thing out. Since we're talking about tools, this series, we are now in episode 101. This series began with a video about a tool. And seeing as how we're here in the Denver area, and as you can see out the window here, there's a little snow out there. And we do a lot of intense winter driving kind of stuff around here. Mm-hmm. It's probably a good time to revisit that video again. And it's about torque wrenches. Now you think, well, what could you possibly tell me about torque wrenches? Well,
and what is a torque wrench?
Here's the link, and you can go check that out for yourself.
That was our very first one.
It was, and
100 episodes ago.
As important today as it was back then. It's not very long, but it is very informative, and you will learn something, I'm sure. In fact, we had people in the industry learn things and say, wow, I didn't even know that. So, all right. Well, Rob, happy Saturday to you.
To you.
Thank
Next
you.
Saturday is the day before Christmas Eve, so an early Merry to you.
Yes, indeed.
And we look forward to seeing you.
All right.
Have a great week.